So dear students, this class we are going to discuss about the properties of binomial coefficients. I hope so everyone know the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of n, that is nc0 plus nc1 into x plus nc2 into x square plus and so on plus ncr into x to the power of r plus and so on plus ncn into x to the power of n, that is the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of n. We know that ncr can be written as cr. That's why the same expansion we can write in short form as 1 plus x whole to the power of n is equal to c naught plus c1x plus c2x square plus and so on plus cr x to the power of r plus and so on plus cn x to the power of n. Now what I am doing here is put x is equals to 1. That means in place of x we are substituting 1. Then what happens? You will get 2 to the power of n, x is equals to 1 substituted. 2 to the power of n is equal to c naught plus c1 plus c2 plus c3 plus c4 plus c5 plus and so on plus cr plus and so on plus cn, that is nothing but sum of the binomial coefficient, that we can write in this way: sigma r is equal to 0 to n cr. So sum of the binomial coefficients is equals to 2 to the power of n. Sum of the binomial coefficients is equals to 2 to the power of n. We can say this is the first property in the binomial coefficients. Now what I am doing here is, if you put x is equal to minus 1 in the above equation, x is equal to minus 1 substitute here, then what happens? 0 is equals to c naught minus c1 plus c2 minus c3 plus c4 minus c5 plus and so on plus minus 1 whole to the power of r into cr plus and so on plus minus 1 whole to the power of n into cn. That is nothing but summation r is equal to 0 to n minus 1 whole to the power of r into cr. That means alternatively plus minus is there, that sum we are getting sum of the binomial coefficients. If alternatively plus minus is there, we got the answer as 0, right? Now this is the first property and this is the second property. If you add these two, what happens? 1 plus 2 implies, if you are adding both, then what we will get? 2 to the power of n is equals to 2 times c naught plus 2 times c2 plus 2 times c4 plus and so on. From this I can write c naught plus c2 plus c4 plus and so on is equals to 2 to the power of n divided by 2, that we can write it as 2 power n minus 1. That means the sum of the binomial coefficients occupying in odd places, that means c naught is the first term coefficient, c2 is the third term coefficient, c4 is the fifth term coefficient, c naught plus c2 plus c4 plus and so on is equals to 2 to the power of n minus 1. At the same time, equation 1 minus equation 2, what we will get? 1 minus 2 is equals to 2 to the power of n is equals to 2 times c1 plus 2 times c3 plus 2 times c5 plus and so on. So this can be written as c1 plus c3 plus c5 plus and so on. That is nothing but 2 to the power of n minus 1. c1 is the second term coefficient, c3 is the fourth term coefficient, So C1 plus C3 plus and so on plus C5 is equals to 2 to the power of n minus 1. So what the information we got? C0 plus C2 plus C4 plus and so on is the same as C1 plus C3 plus C5 plus and so on is equals to 2 to the power of n minus 1. Okay. Observe here 10C0 minus 10C1 plus 10C2 into 4 minus 10C3 into 8 plus and so on, right? So what about this expansion? How can we write? Observe here 10C0 into 2 power 0, 10C1 into 2 power 1, 10C2 into what we can write this one as 2 square minus 10C3 into 2 cube we can write and so on. Now observe here what I am doing. That can be written as 1 minus 2 whole to the power of 10. Yes, because this is 2 square, 2 cube, alternatively plus minus is there. So we can write that one as minus 1 whole to the power of 10. That is nothing but 1. But what about here? 11C0. Here 11C2 into 3 square, 11C4 into 3 power 4. So what to do? Array, we know that 1 plus x whole to the power of n expansion is, or directly I can say the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of 11. Tell me what is the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of 11? 11C0 plus 11C1 into x plus 11C2 into x square plus 11C3 into x cube plus and so on. Now at the same time 1 minus x whole to the power of 11 expansion is 11C0 minus 11C1 into x plus 11C2 into x square minus 11C3 into x cube plus and so on. What about these two summation? If you add both, then we will get 1 plus x whole to the power of 11 plus 1 minus x whole to the power of 11 is equals to 2 times 11C0, yes or no? Next, plus 2 times 11C2 into x square plus 2 times 11C4 into x to the power of 4 plus and so on. Now tell me what we have to write. In place of x, if you substitute 3, you will get this particular result or not. That's why put x is equal to 3. 1 plus 3 whole to the power of 11 plus 1 minus 3 whole to the power of 11 divided by 2 is equals to 11C0 plus 11C2 into 3 square plus 11C4 into 3 to the power of 4 plus and so on. So that's what the answer. You can simplify this particular expression, right? Now the other question is given 8C1 plus 8C3 into 2 plus 8C5 into 4 plus 8C7 into 8 and so on. Here we are adding both. We got even 11C0, 11C2, 11C4 we got. If you subtract, come on, what I can write? 1 plus x whole to the power of 8 minus 1 minus x whole to the power of 8 is equals to 2 times 8C1 into x, 8C3 into x cube plus 8C5 into x to the power of 5 plus and so on. But here 8C1, 8C3 into 2 is there. So what to do? So now here observe here what I am doing. 1 plus root 2 whole to the power of 8 minus 1 minus root 2 whole to the power of 8 divided by 2 is equals to 8C1 into root 2. Next 8c3 into 2, yes, because root 2 whole cube can be written as 2 root 2 plus 8c5 into root 2 whole to the power of 5. Root 2 whole to the power of 5 means what happens? So 4 into root 2 and so on, right? Now here also root 2, here also root 2, here also root 2. If you take common, you will get the required answer. That means this particular term answer you will get 1 plus root 2 whole to the power of 8 minus 1 minus root 2 whole to the power of 8 divided by 2 into root 2. That is the answer for this particular question. You know that 1 plus x whole to the power of n expansion is this one. I hope so everyone is familiar with the differentiation. Now differentiate both sides with respect to x. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, then what we will get? N into 1 plus x whole to the power of n minus 1 is equals to C naught is a constant differentiation 0 plus C1 into x differentiation 1 plus C2 into x square differentiation 2x plus C3 into x cube differentiation 3x square plus C4 into x power 4 differentiation 4x cube plus and so on plus CR into x power r differentiation r into x to the power of r minus 1 plus and so on plus x power n differentiation n into x to the power of n minus 1. Now here if you put x is equals to 1, if x is equals to 1 substitute, then what we will get? N into 2 to the power of n minus 1 is equals to C1 plus 2 into C2 plus 3 into C3 plus and so on, or plus 4 into C4. Over here whether you observed or not, this is 4 into C4. It means 4 into NC4. NC4 only we written in the short form as C4. 4 into C4 plus and so on plus R into NCR plus and so on plus N into Cn. So this is the another property we can say C1 plus 2 into C2 plus 3 into C3 plus 4 into C4 plus and so on plus n into Cn. We can write it as n into 2 to the power of n minus 1. Now in the same expansion, if you put x is equal to minus 1, what we will get? 0 is equal to C1 minus 2 into C2 plus 3 into C3 minus 4 into C4 plus and so on plus minus 1 whole to the power of r minus 1 into r into Cr plus and so on plus minus 1 whole to the power of n minus 1 into n into Cn. The same equation, if alternatively plus minus is there, we are getting the answer as 0. So observe here this one, we can write in sigma notation as sigma r is equals to 0 to n. Sigma r is equal to 0 to n. We can write it as r into Cr, right? The same we can also write it as summation r is equals to 1 to n, because r is equal to 0, if you substitute it becomes 0 only. That's why whether you are running the summation from r is equal to 0 to n or r is equals to 1 to n, it makes no difference. That's why sigma r is equal to 1 to n r into Cr. We can write this one as, observe here, that is equal to summation r is equals to 1 to n r into NCR. Yes or no? Because Cr only we written in the short form. Now this is NCR. Now again this can be further written as sigma r is equals to 1 to n r into, come on, NCR can be written as n by r into n minus 1 c r minus 1 r cancel. Then what happens? This n does not depend on sigma, so this n we can write outside. Then it becomes n into summation r is equals to 1 to n minus 1 c r minus 1. Can anyone say what we can write this one as? So this is nothing but, observe here, you will get n minus 1 c0 plus n minus 1 c1 plus n minus 1 c2 plus and so on plus n minus 1 c n minus 1 you will get if you expand that summation. But this is nothing but 2 to the power of n minus 1 or not? Yes or no? Because as we discussed, c0 plus c1 plus c2 plus and so on plus cn, sum of the binomial coefficients is 2 to the power of n. That is the first property we discussed. In the similar way, we can write this one as 2 to the power of n minus 1. That's why this is equals to n into 2 to the power of n minus 1. That's what the another way of proving the same result. Right. So you see this particular question, 11 into c0 plus 8 into c1 plus 5 into c2 plus 2 into c3 plus and so on. This summation we have to find out. Whether you observed or not, the first term is 11, next term is 8, and the next term is 5, and the next term is 2, and so on. This is in AP with the common difference as minus 3 or not? Can you tell me what is the rth term? Rth term is equal to a plus r minus 1 into d. So d is nothing but minus 3. Then that simplification, what we will get? That simplification we will get in this way. This we can write it as 11 minus 3r, yes or no, plus 3. So that is nothing but we are getting the answer as 14 minus 3r. 14 minus 3r is the 11th rth term in this series, right? Now 11 plus, because we are finding the rth term, right? So rth term is nothing but, so that is the mistake we are going to do here. This is the first term, this is the second term. Now we are going to find out r plus 1th term. What happens? 11 plus r plus 1 minus 1 into d. That d is nothing but minus 3. So we are getting 11 minus 3r. So we are getting 11 minus 3r, right? So this particular problem we can write it as summation 11 minus 3r into cr, because here there is no need to find out the rth term. We have to find out r plus 1th term, yes or no? The reason is this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term. So we are writing cr means this is r plus 1th term, right? So again we can write this one as summation r is running from 0 to 11, 0 to n, sorry. R is equal to 0, we are getting the first term. R is equals to 1, we are getting the second term. R is equals to 2, we are getting the third term, and so on. Now I can write this one as sigma r is equal to 0 to n 11 into cr minus 3 into sigma r is equal to 0 to n r into cr. Now we can write this one as 11 into summation r is equal to 0 to n cr, that is nothing but 2 to the power of n, right? Minus 3 into summation r is equal to 0 to n. This we can write it as r is equals to 1 to n. What we can write that one as? N into 2 to the power of n minus 1. So if you take 2 to the power of n minus 1 common, then what we will get? If you take 2 to the power of n minus 1 common, we will get here 11 into 2 is equals to 22 minus 3n. That is the answer for this particular question, or otherwise you can leave the answer here itself. Another question you can see, 1 into 2 into C2, 2 into 3 into C3, 3 into 4 into C4, plus and so on. Can you tell me what we can write the rth term as? How the rth term is in the form of r into, right? Rth term is in the form of r into r minus 1, right? So this we can write it as summation r, this is r, right? So r into r minus 1, r into r minus 1. So we can write that one as summation r into r minus 1 into cr. Cr is nothing but ncr, where r is running from where to where? R is equals to 2 to n. Because r is equals to 2, you will get the first term. R is equal to 3, next term, like that. Now again this we can write it as summation r is equals to 2 to n r into r minus 1 into ncr can be written as n by r into n minus 1 c r minus 1, or r cancel. Then again we can write n into summation r is equals to 2 to n r minus 1 into, again what we can write this one as n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 into n minus 2 c r minus 2, right? Again r minus 1 cancel. We are getting this one as n into n minus 1 into summation r is equals to 2 to n, yes, n minus 2 c r minus 2. That we can write it as, why? The reason is, you can observe, n minus 2 c0 plus n minus 2 c1, because r is equal to from 2 to n minus 2 c1, next n minus 2 c2, plus and so on, n minus 2 c n minus 2. That is nothing but 2 to the power of n minus 2, right? So that's why this summation we can write it as n into n minus 1 into 2 to the power of n minus 2, right? That is the way to proceed this particular problem. The same problem we can do in another way also. That other way I am discussing, just pay attention. It's just the formula proof only, nothing more than that. So check here how to do this particular question. So this is the information we know. You know the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of n. What is the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of n? 1 plus x whole to the power of n is c0 plus c1x plus c2x square plus and so on plus cn into x power n. Differentiate this one. N into 1 plus x whole to the power of n minus 1 is equal to c1 plus 2 into c2 into x plus 3 into, come on, 3 into c3 into x square, because x cube differentiation. Next plus 4 into c. So n into 1 plus x whole to the power of n minus 1. That means this we are differentiating. This is the differentiation. Again if you differentiate, what we will get? N into n minus 1 into 1 plus x whole to the power of n minus 2 is equals to, its differentiation is 0, 2 into c2, next 3 into 2 into c3 into x, next 4 into 3, because x cube differentiation again 3x square, 4 into 3 into c4 into x square, plus and so on, right? Now put x is equals to 1. If you put x is equals to 1, then what we will get? N into n minus 1 into 2 to the power of n minus 2 is equals to 2 into C2 plus 3 into 2 into C3 plus 4 into 3 into C4 plus and so on. That is the another way of doing the same question. Okay, this is another property you can observe. C0 into x, C1 x square by 2, C2 x cube by 3, C3 x power 4 by 4, Cn x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 is equals to 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1 we have to show. Now what I am doing here is C0 means you know 1, that's why you will write x. C1 means we know n by 2 into x square. C2 is equals to n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into x cube divided by 3 plus C3 means n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 divided by 3 factorial into x to the power of 4 divided by 4 plus and so on plus Cn means NCN. NCN is equals to 1 into x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Now what I am doing is n plus 1 multiplying with n plus 1. That's why dividing with n plus 1. Multiplying with n plus 1. That's why we are dividing with n plus 1. Then what happened this one? N plus 1 into x. Next one n plus 1 into n divided by 2 can be written as 2 factorial into x square plus again n plus 1 into n minus 1 divided by 3 factorial, because here 3 into 2 factorial we can write 3 factorial into x cube plus and plus n plus 1 into right n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by what we can write 4 factorial into x to the power of 4 plus and so on x to the power of n plus 1, because here we are multiplying with n plus 1, that's why. Now what we can do, observe here, this is equals to 1 by n plus 1 into this particular one we can write it as n plus 1 C1 into x power 1, because as I told 2 terms multiplication by 2 factorial, 3 terms multiplication by 3 factorial, 4 terms multiplication divided by 4 factorial. So this we can write it as n plus 1 C2 into x square. The next one we can write it as n plus 1 C3 into x cube plus the next one we can write n plus 1 C4 into x to the power of 4 plus and so on. The final one n plus 1 C n plus 1, because this 1 can be written as n plus 1 C n plus 1 into x to the power of n plus 1. Now what is missing here? N plus 1 C0 is missing, that's why add. So this is 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 1 C0 plus n plus 1 C1 into x plus n plus 1 C2 into x square plus n plus 1 C3 into x cube plus and so on plus n plus 1 C n plus 1 into x to the power of n plus 1 minus 1. What we can write is, because here added, that's why here subtracted. Now what we can write this particular part as this total expression, we can write expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1. That's why 1 by n plus 1 into, that is nothing but 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1 minus 1. That is the reason we got this particular result, 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1. So the same particular question earlier which I discussed, we can do it in another way if you know a little bit integration idea. Integrate both sides with the limits from 0 to x, then what happens? 1 plus x whole to the power of n dx is equals to integral 0 to x c naught plus c1x plus c2x square plus c3x cube plus and so on plus cn into x to the power of n dx. Both sides we are integrating with the limits from 0 to x. What about its integration? 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, that is the integration. Limits are from 0 to x. Now c naught integration is c naught into x, c1 into x integration is x square by 2 plus c2 into x square integration is x cube by 3 plus c3 into x cube integration is x power 4 by 4 plus and so on plus cn into x power n integration is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Limits are from 0 to x. Now here if you substitute upper limit, we will get 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 minus, if you substitute the lower limit, that means in place of x 0, you will get 1 by n plus 1. Whereas here we are substituting upper limit, what we will get? c naught x plus c1 into x square by 2 plus c2 into x cube by 3 plus c3 into x power 4 by 4 plus and so on plus cn into x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. If you substitute the lower limit, the entire term is becoming 0 because every term there is an involvement of x. If you are putting x is equal to 0, that becomes 0. So we got c naught x plus c1 into x square by 2 plus c2 into x cube by 3 plus c3 into x power 4 by 4 plus and so on cn into x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 is equals to 1 plus x whole to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1, right?